You're going to do a slideshow, Mike?
You saw that?
Oh.
Look at that.
Aw, bonus. All right, I'm ready.
Okay. All right, where's Liam? Hey, you got your microphone.
No, his is here.
All right, you're in the middle.
We got 3.
You're in the middle.
I'm in the middle. We didn't.
All right, let's get everybody in here. Let's get everybody in here. So who's pumped up to be here? Who's pumped up to be here? Is everybody checking out the Falzer Club? The Falzer Club. This club is spectacular. They have events in here like 250 to 300 people. It is unbelievable. So excited to have everybody here. My name is Michael Bertoni. I'm the founder and CEO of SaaS Talent and run this meetup. And it is so unbelievably excited. Give everybody a round for coming here. Give everybody a round of applause for coming. So this is, I told Felicity, I said I might cry a little bit up here because this is unbelievable, this venue. And Felicity, thank you so much. This venue is spectacular, and we're going to do some amazing things here. This is going to be our venue that we're going to have for these meetups. So what I wanted to first do is just thank some people in the audience that are sponsors, right? So Dwayne Morris, John, raise your hand. Dwayne Morris, John. Dwayne Morris, if you didn't know, Dwayne Morris has a legal practice for IP and law and SaaS. So if you need legal help or need help with that, talk to John. So Bo, everybody knows Bo from UEV, United Effects Ventures. So if you're a startup and you're trying to figure out what you're going to do, your beginning stages of your SaaS, check out, talk to Bo. He's building something amazing here in Philadelphia in terms of startups. He just moved into the city. So it's so awesome to have him here, and definitely talk to him. And so Broadpath, Kevin. So Kevin, Broadpath basically helps you with your content, helps you with your PR, right? So if you need content PR help as a startup, we all do, talk to Kevin. So one of our sponsors couldn't be here, Greg Lazarowitz. Some people might know Greg. He couldn't make it from HopSkip, but he thanks everybody. And then Code and Coffee. Everybody knows Code and Coffee, right? You've heard of Code and Coffee before. So Liam, if you want to introduce who Code and Coffee, because Liam just brought him in. So just give the little props for Code and Coffee.
Yeah, as everyone knows, Code and Coffee is an awesome event in Philly. They bring coding to the community, and they're just growing by the day. So Tony and Nolan and Chris, they do an incredible job, and they have an event coming up next Friday. So keep an eye out for that. Follow Tony Sue and Nolan and the rest of the boys at Code and Coffee. They're doing great stuff.
Yeah, so thanks. And UEV does everybody know about United Effect Ventures events? Does everybody know about them? So if you don't know, Bo does some amazing events monthly as well, so check those out. And let's get to the next slide here. So what are we trying to do here? This meetup is all about helping the SaaS and tech community grow and bringing together a community and really helping startups. So people who are interested in startups and SaaS and that sort of thing, founders, engineers. So real quick show of hands, who is like an AI first SaaS startup? Who is an AI first SaaS startup in the room right now? Raise your hand. Everybody raise your hand if you're an AI first SaaS startup or a SaaS startup. Okay, who is an engineer or a developer or someone who could help you build code and write code? Who's that? Let's raise hands, right? And are there any VCs? Any VCs in the room at all? Look, we got VCs. Look, raising hands if you need money, right? So thank you all for coming. So we are all about connecting, learning, and growing and really helping this community, right? If anybody remembers back in the good old days where we had these events like this, where there's like 150, 250 more people, this venue will hold how much will it hold? 300? Can we get 300 in here, Felicity?
Yeah, we'll pack them in.
300. So we're going to try to get up to 300 and more of these events, and they're going to get better and better. So who are we? So SaaS Talent, I run SaaS Talent. We are helping SaaS and tech startups with growth and talent. We've been doing it for 11 years. Just super excited and passionate about helping everybody succeed in kind of what they're doing, whether it's, you know, they just have an idea or they're looking to grow. So that's what we do at SaaS Talent. And with that, let me introduce our featured speaker, Felicity Mormon. So I want to tell everybody what this meetup is all about, as well as programming, right? When you go to events, right, and you can only go to so many networking events where you're drinking and you're eating, and those are great. Those are unbelievable events. But what we're trying to do here is put together unbelievable programming, right, from people who have done it. So Felicity, has anybody heard, or if you knew this, STRATIS IoT? So STRATIS IoT, she built and sold this company in 2020, right? So she has had an exit.
No, thank you.
So Philadelphia companies have exits. They do, they have exits. So 2020, she had an exit, and then she started BOSS.Tech, and she's gonna tell you about it. So it is unbelievable. It is all about a super app. It's all about AI first. And it's all about the future, because we're all gonna have some type of AI that is gonna be helping us scale and grow. So with that, let's give a round of applause for Felicity Mormon.
That's yours.
Yeah, that's your.
That's mine. All right, little text switch here. All right. If you spent any time on LinkedIn, and I think that's where I know most of you from, you've seen this hot take everywhere.
MIT had a report this week saying that 95% of Gen AI pilots in the enterprise are not turning into, not creating real value. I'm curious what your read has been.
I've been through every single technology, event and evolution, and this blows them all away. Now, how you implement it in business is a whole different issue. Like literally when I was 24, I was walking into companies who had never seen a PC before in their lives and explaining to them the value, and having these guys going, well, son, I got this receptionist right there. I got that secretary. I'm never going to need that shit ever, right? But then, my business then was helping them figure out how to implement it to give them an advantage.
Yep.
There are going to be integrators that, particularly young kids, like when I'm telling my kids who are 15, 18, 21, or 19, 21, and kids going to school, what should I do? What should I do? I'd be like,
AI research.
Learn all you can about AI, but learn more on how to implement them in companies, right? Because to your point, companies don't understand how to implement all that right now to get a competitive advantage. You got the head of Microsoft saying software is dead because everything's going to be customized to your unique utilization, right, or usage. Who's going to do it for them? Particularly small to medium-sized businesses. There are 33 million companies in this country. 30 million of them are solopreneurs, right? Single-person enterprises. There are only, there are millions of companies that have 1, 5, 10, 50, 100, 500 people that aren't going to have AI budgets, aren't going to have AI experts. This is where kids getting hired coming out of college are really going to have a unique opportunity. If you're spending your senior year in college right now, your senior year in high school even, whatever it is, your excess time, and you're learning the difference between Sora and Veo, and you're learning how to do all this video, you're learning how to customize a model so that then you can then walk into a company and say, I understand your business as a shoe company selling shoes at a retail store or selling shoes online. Let me show you how to benefit you. Yeah. That is every single job that's going to be available for kids coming out of school, because every single company needs that. There is nothing intuitive for a company to integrate AI.
Don't take it from me when you can take it from Mark Cuban, right? So he's right. AI isn't the problem. Implementation is. There is nothing intuitive that helps a business integrate AI until now. Businesses don't need more AI tools. They need an AI tool that works across the software they already use. So we built a layer to make that happen. Boss.Tech is a business operating system, a super app that connects all of the software you already use at sign-on, no IT team required, and makes it smart. Now, this isn't the first time we've solved this problem. Before Boss.Tech, Ryan and I built STRATIS, a smart building automation super app. If you have smart devices in your home, you already know the problem. You have an app for your door locks. You have an app for your thermostat. You have an app for your lights, maybe one for leak sensors. STRATIS connected the technology inside of apartment buildings, those locks, thermostats, lights, and leak sensors on one platform. But even STRATIS, as a business, lived in siloed software. Picture this. It's 2 a.m. on an early Sunday morning. My cell phone rings. Assuming the worst, no concern for caller ID, I answer. And it's one of our first STRATIS clients. You all know the one of the first, early enough that you gave him your cell phone number. And he kept it. At 2 a.m. in the Midwest, in the middle of the night, all of his door locks have locked. No entry allowed on student housing midwinter in Minneapolis on their Saturday night. I start troubleshooting. First call, sorry, my co-founder, Ryan. Second call, our on-call engineer. Here, Andrew, sorry. I go through PagerDuty. I open Zendesk and Freshdesk, our support platforms, because we're mid-migration, and that integration and migration is not complete. Then I open my Google email and look for messages that we've had. I go to Salesforce, project management tools like Basecamp, Jira, TaskRay, and of course our own platform, STRATIS. Here's the good news. We solved the problem. User error. I know you're all surprised. An all-lock mandate because he didn't anticipate keeping the system. Oops. Now, here's the rub. The next day, bleary-eyed, Monday morning, I happened to have a conversation with my CFO, Anthony, also here. Just awake enough to be curious, I ask, how much has this early client grown? So he opens QuickBooks, another app. The answer was he'd grown a lot. But it turns out he was $300,000 in arrears. $300,000 at a scaling startup. This wasn't a manual misstep. This was broken automation. The fragile and brittle systems available and implemented had stopped talking to each other, and this bag of cash fell right off the truck. Now, STRATIS didn't replace building systems. It connected them. And that's when buildings got smart. A business is a lot like a building. Many systems, different vendors, constant activity, and without a layer connecting them, it's easy to get lost in the SaaS sauce. It's time for business to get smart. When we connect the data, we connect the dots for owners and operators and deliver true business intelligence, AI insights, and action. So how do we do it? First, we make it easy. Integrate software like QuickBooks and Google Workspace at sign-on. No IT team required. Then, using our own proprietary generative AI, not a wrapper, we synchronize, normalize, and for you nerds out there, vectorize the data. Now, this is beyond what's being delivered today by Model Context Protocol, MCP. Then, we deliver AI actionable insights across all of your SaaS integrations in-app. Boss.Tech doesn't just connect your software, it understands it and then acts on it. So imagine you meet someone, maybe here tonight, and your business is no longer just a card. It's all of your pertinent information updated in real time. Your personal card, your business card, maybe your side hustle, each with its own digital landing page. Your identity is now infrastructure. Your first step to your smart business starts with your identity and maybe an extra drink ticket. This is how business starts working differently. When people are connected, everything else can be too. Now, what happens when your business not only understands people, but also your time? Synchronized and consolidated calendars, again, at sign-on. Every meeting, every commitment, one view, your view. No more missed meetings, no more double bookings, no more oversharing your personal life, Mike. Your calendar stops living in apps, and it starts living in your business. When your calendar connects, your business becomes coordinated, and clarity is your competitive advantage. We kept going because my CTO is an engineer. So we combine all of your messaging platforms in one place. No more wondering where you saw that message before you had time to deal with it. We combined that with a 98% read rate communication. Any guesses? Text. B2B and B2C bulk texting, all compliant. Then we add your web page, your payment platform, and a place for your people to sign up for that texting. We did that too. All of these abilities are then enhanced by that proprietary AI, PeopleSync, AI that finds and links your people across all of the platforms you use. Business isn't just about data. It's about people too. Like any good operating system, our embedded applications are built around your connections to your people, your employees, your customers, even your friends. I hope you made some here tonight. Now remember all of those apps that I had to open troubleshooting at 2 a.m. Yeah, it was 9. Oh, and QuickBooks. With Boss.Tech, we're not talking about brittle one-way zaps. We're talking about fully integrated, synchronized software, not laboriously over months with giant teams and outrageous budgets, but at sign-on. 9 apps of information in one accessible layer in-app by you and AI. This is what Mark thinks is missing. Now, our clients are still going to provide that special chaos. We wouldn't be here if they didn't need us. But our ability to anticipate their needs, their readiness to act, and even troubleshoot their problems, because who could have anticipated that 2 a.m. gem? Now, it's easier, a lot easier. AI won't replace us, but it is better at pattern recognition over the holistic view of your business. So take every head of every department and all of the knowledge of your business. That's your CTO, your COO, your CFO, HR, your CPO, every department, and all of the data that they use in those specialized systems, and put it in your brain. Oh, I saw you wince. In your least stressed and most caffeinated moment, it's still too much. But give that to AI, and you have next best actions, power plays. You have risk awareness and aversion that is unprecedented and unparalleled. You're a solopreneur on a Fortune 500 business intelligence platform. So, the kids Mark Cuban is talking about, they don't have to do this from scratch. With Boss.Tech, They'll learn the business, they'll connect the software, automate the systems, and then rinse and repeat, maybe with a specialized vertical mini app of their own design. But we don't have to wait for the next generation. If you find yourself a mismatch in the current tech job market, this is your opportunity too. Let me show you how this feels. If you run your business across dozens of different apps, this is going to feel familiar. Boss.Tech is an AI-native business operating system super app. It connects the tools you already use in the palm of your hand. In about 2 minutes, you can create a living digital business identity to share anywhere. One scan shares everything your customer needs to know about your business. Instead of replacing your stack, Boss.Tech connects it. All of your data actually connected. All of your conversations, social, text, and coming soon, email, in one place. No more hunting for DMs. Because your tools are connected, you can actually see who your best customers are and act on it immediately. Stay in front of your audience, no dying in their inbox. And you can extend your workplace with mini apps built for your specialized needs. Thank you, Product Hunt peeps. Eager to hear what we should build next. All right, who caught it? We're also launching on Product Hunt on Friday. So I didn't just give you an extra drink ticket because I want to be friends. It might have been an upvote bribe, but don't tell them they will banish me forever. We are launching on Product Hunt on Friday. If you'd be so kind to consider popping over to my LinkedIn and connecting with me if we're not, but also giving me a little honest feedback and an upvote if it's warranted. Software didn't die, but the silos did. And category creation, y'all, it doesn't just happen in California. This is our second category, right here in Philadelphia. We made this for you. We built Boss.Tech for Philly with a little help from our friends in Costa Rica, Pura Vida. Now, let's blow this up. Thank you.
All right, let's give a big round. Come on.
Bigger, bigger.
She's literally
not
defining a
shy.
category. Defining a category, everybody. It's amazing. So Felicity, I wanted to make sure everybody got your download, right?
Oh, yeah. If you got a drink with a napkin,
Right, so if everybody has a phone and wants to download, if you want to download this,
I made it easy, friends.
right, we made it easy.
I'm
So
not
it's
playing
right here if you
coy.
want to download it, and I could get you one after, so here you go.
They're right by the tacos.
But let me tell everybody what we're doing. So that was an amazing presentation. Now what we do is everybody in the audience, and we're going to get the opportunity to ask questions. So everybody in the audience right now, if you have questions about her startup, about your startup, about anything at all, we're going to give you the opportunity to ask questions. But we're going to I just have a question for Felicity. So Liam and I first asked some questions in terms of where you are right now with your customer, right? So how can we help you? Is it my business that I should download it right now? It's small business? Is there
Michael,
any
did you
particular
not
business?
download the app yet?
I have the app. I definitely have the app, but who are you targeting? My first question is, like, who are you really targeting in the beginning here as you launch, and how can we help you get into more customers?
No, I'm good, remember? Yeah. I'm Tony Robbins. Yeah. So we immediately were looking for early adopters, people who are comfortable with imperfection, frankly. It takes a little bit of time to build a super app, apparently. I didn't know this when I asked Ryan for it, so apologies again. I think that's 2 in one night. But people who, I don't know, did you have the first iPod? Like, did you try GPS before anybody else did? You're our people. We need candid feedback, not in the App Store, please. But we need to hear how it feels to you. Our goal, inevitably, needs to be delight. It needs to feel magical. And that takes time, but more importantly, I believe that every company's competitive advantage, if they're willing to drop their ego, is the feedback loop they create with their clients. And I am egoless, so you can tell me anything, I will take it into deep consideration, and I think that that's really valuable. That's what I'm looking for, somebody who wants to get in the feedback loop with me. I mean, you can influence a super app. That doesn't suck.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, so Felicity and I did a little podcast before this, and I want to bring like the takeaway, what you said to me there, and I want to give you the opportunity to share the same answer again here. When you use Boss.Tech, you can create different digital identities, which I thought was really interesting. So whether you're in a company and you wear different hats and you meet different people and you put on those different identities, you gave the example, with me where I do music and then, I work with Mike, and then like everyone has these different personas. So for you as a founder, I'm curious if you could share, number one, how you manage those different identities, and then how Boss.Tech enables you to do that. Because I think that's the thing that a lot of people in the room would love to hear.
Yeah, so you, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday night, probably find me taking a little break from Boss.Tech. I'll be behind that bar. I'll be enjoying live music, and I'll be doing emails for Boss.Tech. So my digital identity has my personal information that I need to share with people who I am friends with or would like to be friends with. My Balzer Club identity has Ashana's email. Sorry, I don't think she knew that. My Boss.Tech has everything. If you're interested in Boss.Tech, I really want to hear what you think. And then that separates my life in a way that's really valuable to me. And I don't know anybody who doesn't have a side hustle these days. I think we all do. This club happens to be my passion project / side hustle with a lot of great people. But that ability to separate the identities so that I'm not mashed when I don't want to be really has enabled me to connect with people in the right way. And that digital landing page that I created has all of the information for all of those things that you could want. If we're having a conversation about doing a television show together, you get my cell phone number, right? Because no ego. If we're having a conversation about following the Falzer Club on social media and accepting the collabs that I send you, musicians, that is in the Falzer Club. That's not in Boss.Tech. It's not in some paper business card that I have to update every time something changes in my world, which is every day. So that's been, I don't know, that was one of the very first things Ryan and I talked about, was the fact that I had to decide whether or not to put my personal cell phone number on my business card. And frankly, you don't want everybody to have that information. You'll get those 2 a.m. phone calls. And there comes a time when there's enough of that. So that's just a super simple example of how I'm just kind of separating and creating boundaries. So, a little bit.
So in terms of the 9 apps, right?
Yeah.
What would you say are the top 1 or 2 things that customers are saying that they want help with? There's 9 things. The vision for this is so amazing, Felicity. It's like everything connected. I totally see it. But how do people start typically?
Yeah.
Right. What do they start connecting? What do they start doing? Like for you told me about connecting to like my QuickBooks, or maybe being able to connect text to QuickBooks. Like, there were certain things I was like, wow, I'm not thinking about that. What are the things that people start with doing? Because maybe, again, there's people in the audience who are like myself, let's get started using it.
Yeah, so great question. The first thing is kind of a lesson we learned at Stratis. Ryan and I learned that Stratis was the bottleneck to innovation. Not on purpose, desperately not on purpose, but if you wanted to put your super special, awesome leak sensor on our application, you had to wait for us. And we developed Boss.Tech with developers in mind. Complete change from how we developed Stratis, which was tightly held. So for developers, low code, no code, and we're moving to Vibe. So if you played with Lovable and some of the Vibe coding platforms, you'll be very comfortable with Boss.Tech. You can create your path yourself. Now, we started with the 3 categories of problems. Everybody take just a second, and I'll be quiet for 2 of them. Take just a second and think about the biggest problem you have right now in your business. All right. Is it growth, time, or money? Because it's, right? So when we created Boss.Tech, I said these are the 3 pillars of problems that I have and had at Stratis. So depending on what your priority is, and if you don't know your priority, you can connect your data in Boss.Tech through the applications and say, what's my next best action? What really needs my attention? And you might know it. You may be testing. That's okay. You might say, this bill is overdue, and if I don't pay it, they're turning off the electric at the Falzer Club. That'd be bad. So you may know what it is and try it. But a lot of times we are so, I call it lost in the SaaS sauce, we don't actually know what our next best action is. I don't know if you've sat in front of your computer in the morning thinking, literally, what the hell do I need to do today? Like, I got 7,000 emails this morning and only 1 text from somebody at Boss.Tech. So it really depends what we hear from our customers right now. Beta people, beta testing. Every single person has a unique pain in their business. Every vertical has a unique pain, which is why I started with dev.boss.tech. Because we don't want to be somebody who says, we can't integrate 3D, your third-party delivery people right now. That's not a priority for us. We're not really looking at the restaurant business. But that's what you need. We have teams of developers that you can contract who have worked on Boss.Tech. You can go make this yourself in a mini app. And that's really the definition of a super app also. You have a mini app inside. Maybe it's restaurant tech. Maybe it's venue tech. Maybe it's band tech. You have a mini app. You can go sell that mini app. You can go license that mini app. You can make this Boss.Tech a business. You can build with Boss.Tech. And we're not the bottleneck anymore. We maintain the infrastructure and the architecture securely and permissioned so that we don't let you mess anything up. That's a good job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like that answer a lot. So I had a question, then I forgot the question, and then now I remember the question. So my question to you is, for the people in the room that want to get started and are overwhelmed by AI and are kind of like waiting for like the dust to settle.
Yeah.
I started feeling like the dust isn't really going to settle.
It's not.
And it's going to keep creating more dust for like the next 10 years.
Yeah.
So the best time to start is now. But with that, do you think that the best thing that founders who don't have the resources to be able to self-fund something from day one, with AI, do you think that the best step forward, in your opinion, would be to bootstrap or to go the VC-funded route if they want to run a successful business?
Oh, that's a painful question right now. I know we have VC in the room.
Have to ask, sorry.
No, it's a great question. I'm going to be really honest with you. We are 3-time co-founders. This is our 3rd startup together. We have bootstrapped and raised capital in the world. And we are really, really, really good. We've had exits, 2. And when I talk to venture capital now, if you're not lovable with 1 million users overnight, they are too confused, as are we all, by AI, about what's real, what's a wrapper, and what's just tech chaos. And that's fair, but there is a lot of dry powder that is not moving. I love bootstrapping. I love it. Find a frickin' strategic partner who needs what you're building and get them to pay for it as you build it. It is not hard. If you have any credibility and any capability at all, and you can vibe code something. That's not going to be your product, by the way, but you could do it. You can go on Lovable and mock it up for somebody and get them excited and have them pay for it as you build it. That's a strategic partner. It's non-dilutive. That's your best bet because venture capital is figuring it out. That's fair. We all are. To your point about the dust settling, it is not going to, y'all. You hear it. Every day there's a new AI story. Something crazy has happened. That is not going to change. We're trying to take the pain of the learning curve out of it for SMB. We talk to businesses every day, 100 people and under, who say, I do not have time to figure that out and also run my business. It is my job as the CEO of Boss.Tech to figure it out. Do I get overwhelmed? Yes. Do I read everything I can? Yes. That's the reality. So if you're going to build with a strategic partner, do something with AI. You just have to. And if you do something with Boss.Tech and AI, I'll be your best friend forever.
Yeah, I think it's a great question that Liam had, and I think we're all asking it because there are so many tools to start using.
Yep.
So just high level, I mean, Boss.Tech is the AI for business, business problems, that's what I'm hearing. So if I want to build something just high level, again, I don't know how deep, or maybe Ryan can answer it, right? So how deep in terms of Claude or Gemini, or what's the differentiation where we're hearing about Claude and Gemini and ChatGPT and these tools? What is Boss.Tech's value proposition when it comes to these other tools that you can build agentic technology with?
So you can build an agent that will do a thing for you. And some of them will do a couple things. You need to build it, train it, babysit it, and keep babysitting it. And that's okay. There are people who can do that. But the business owners I speak to, that's the very last thing they want to do. They want to grow their damn business. They want to make money. Okay, they might save an hour a week on emails, maybe 4. That's great. If they figure out how to develop with AI, their own agents, their own specialized SaaS, as Mark said. This club, just this club, is an 80-hour-a-week job. Not for me. Thanks, Ashana. You think she's going to go read everything there is to read on AI and then discern what is what? That's not even fair to ask of business owners. That's ludicrous. Business has gotten harder than ever, period, and more ambiguous than ever. So our mission is to enable Ashana to not have to figure it all out because we put the system in place that she can use to deliver better business easier. It's a mission. It's my life mission. I literally want to do this as long as I live. I don't know. I couldn't be happier.
Nice. So again, I'm going to give everybody a few minutes. Does anybody have any questions right off the bat that they want to ask? So look, we got questions. Great.
Woo!
So what I want you to do real quick is just your name and who you are, and just ask your question. All right?
Hi, Michael. Fantastic presentation.
Thank you.
My name's Al Strometz, and I'm a Chief Revenue Officer for a 3-dimensional risk management platform.
Wow.
Have you incorporated qualitative, quantitative risk to cash in your platform yet?
Beginning.
Okay.
Start small. Start with the biggest platforms in the market that small and mid-sized businesses are using and focus on their risk profiles. So if you're over 200 people, we have to take a step back and look at things differently. Immediately, slowing our roll some, but it's inevitable.
We should talk.
I'd love to.
Love it. Who else has questions? All right.
Hey, Felicity, great
Hey.
presentation. Ari
First in,
Silverman
by the
here.
way.
First.
You were first in.
Yeah, true, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Uber driver was a whiz.
I love it.
Artists over in the code registry, we're doing deterministic code analysis for diligence and proper AI implementation into code.
All right, I'll buy.
Yeah. So had a simpler question, but I had to follow up that. So some of the programs I use in just lead generation or just communication, I use to simplify LinkedIn, text messages, email. There's some tools out there that condense it.
Yep.
The problem I consistently find is that if I'm not in the specific program, if I'm not specifically in LinkedIn, but I'm on the condenser,
Yep.
it takes minutes, if
Yes.
not 10 minutes, for me to actually get those messages. And then I get a little anxiety and I respond in LinkedIn, and all of a sudden my condenser app is all out of whack and
Yep.
says I have unread messages even though I already booked the meeting. Or
I've
we already
used
had
these
time.
platforms. I
Yeah.
know your pain.
So, as you're looking to connect all of these different systems, I imagine that is a problem you have to face or is going to be a problem for people using the boss.
So I am so lucky that somebody asked me this question yesterday. Thank you.
I'm not original, cool.
So one of the challenges in the AI marketplace and building with AI is your database infrastructure. Did you build this for AI? And anytime you didn't, you're going to feel that pain. Now, did you build for AI means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. There is a way to do it right, and there are unlimited ways to do it wrong. We were going to launch this app 3 years ago. And as CEO, I pulled Ryan aside and I said, Ryan, I think this is bigger than people even think it is. I think we got to stop. Nothing more painful than working on something for a year to stop in your tracks. And that's what we did. So to answer your question, if your database infrastructure isn't set up for this, and I don't mean I read something on AI or I said, Claude, really focus on this. If you don't understand database architecture better than, I honestly don't know anybody on the planet who could do what Ryan does. That's just, some co-founder hearts. But truly, you are going to feel pain. And we're also seeing this with all the vibe coding, because it's not working on that piece, on that specific piece. But this can't take forever. It can't take a long time. I don't want you nervous using our application. Every once in a while, we find out that we missed something, and that's okay. But it really is deeply important to have created this with that end result in mind. But yeah, I still try things every day, literally. That's my reward, by the way. I reward myself by trying a new AI tool when I get enough done. So yeah, we're gonna feel pain for a long time. There's a lot of vibe coding out there that's attempted use. Not a good result yet. And we'll probably see somebody figure it out from the perspective of this guy. So if you have questions about this, you can talk to Ryan, but you can also talk to Ari.
Yeah, what I loved what you said earlier, and I think I agree too, is you got to have a partner when you're doing this stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I completely agree, right? I heard that loud and clear. You got to have a partner when you're building something in production with AI, right?
Yeah, don't build in the dark. So build with a strategic partner, and also if you're building with AI, build with a tech partner. It's a little hectic out there.
Hi, my name is Andrew Line. I am founder and CEO of Realign. We are an AI agency doing, small business AI agent type of stuff.
Yay.
So, over the last 2 years, research, et cetera, on RAG and memory. I think you solved it, but I just wanted to clarify. I think in the video you mentioned that the use case, and I think the problem that everyone has is where did I have this conversation around, I don't know, real estate 6 months ago?
Yep.
Was that WhatsApp? Was that Facebook Messenger, email, wherever? So I guess the question is, are you guys doing API, cache, memory, storing 6 months to 12 months worth of historical information, because that would be a key unlock, obviously.
So we're integrating and synchronizing 2 weeks forward, and then we're beginning your history. Most of the time when people download Boss.Tech, they're looking at what's coming. But we're working now on telling you what's past. That issue for me, the where did this message come from, has been huge. And so that, again, solving personal pain. Every single pain I have, I'm like, Ryan, this hurts, and poor guy has to deal with it. But yeah, so forward first, so that you have an immediate feeling that this is working for you, and then historical across all your messaging applications.
Thanks, that was a great question.
Hi, Felicity. I'm
Andrew.
Andrew Snyder,
Andrew.
software engineer. A pain point I've had across 3 different startups now is the founder's credit card.
Oh, sorry. Did I do that to you
Maybe.
twice?
So the founder signs up for all kinds of things like the cloud services, and then the card gets lost or stolen. And then over the next year, every place that that card was sent stops working at inconvenient times. And then because the founder isn't available, one of the other engineers signs up for a new service with their own credit card and their own personal email. And then they leave the company, and then they stop paying for that service, and then that service turns off. Can Boss.Tech fix that problem for me?
I feel seen. So, needless to
I have
say-
that problem too.
Yeah, it's real. Andrew, thank you for the question, and apologies again. Wow, you know, you launch a new startup, you got to apologize to a lot of people for your past startups, apparently. Yes, we can do that. So the integration of the platforms that you use for your finance will assist in determining even subscriptions. Like, I don't know if you guys remember I paid $600 for an airline Wi-Fi after I stopped traveling, and I downloaded this app, and it told me all of my subscriptions and which ones I could eliminate. So that's another pain that I was feeling, is I have 3 lovely children who might have access to 1 or more credit cards, who also like to subscribe. So that is one of the things that I requested super early. And if you have an integration, if you've chosen to integrate your financial platforms, yes, absolutely. Both proactively and also as a search through our bots. But yeah, sorry again, Andrew. My bad.
Hey, Felicity. Andreas Garcia over here.
Hello. Look, all my friends came out.
I hope I'm not giving away a secret here, but
Oh.
I believe you guys have a pretty big nearshore engineering team.
Indeed.
At Harbor, we also work with some nearshore engineers. I'm curious, what are some pain points and benefits that you find, over the past couple years now working with the team?
Yeah, that's a great question. So we do friend shore in Costa Rica. Friend shoring, if anybody's like, what? It's closer. It's not geographically, but like in our hearts. We work with our team in Costa Rica, and the benefits are, I'm just going to shout out Costa Rica, Pura Vida. I said it in the presentation, but truly, people with the warmest, kindest hearts, and work like founders, all of them, with all of the love of a family, and that's crazy. And we were super fortunate at STRATIS, so many people here tonight from STRATIS, to develop a culture of, honestly, Brett would say my superpower is love. It was a culture of love. I mean, I loved all of our people like family. Not that one family member, but the rest of them. And so, yeah, for us, coding in Costa Rica has been exceptional. The biggest pain point, they're terribly fluent in English, which is good because my Spanish is, I'm going to say mid. But it's hard to be apart. There's really something, and I'm sure all of you who are doing remote work feel this as well. There's really something about being in the room together that puts things together better. There's also, I'm going to nerd out for a second, the neurosynchronicity of being eye to eye with somebody in real life creates connections, actual chemical connections that you can't make otherwise. And that is so powerful. So I get to Costa Rica as frequently as I can. I'm kidding. I mean, I do. But it is hard. It is hard to develop trust and patience and kindness over a computer screen. So, yeah, otherwise it's freaking amazing.
Yeah, just to add to that too, is that there is a hustle culture that is just beginning in Latin America and has been, it's been there for a while, but when you go down there, you feel it. Like we have our team in Medellin, our main team. When you go down there, you just feel this startup entrepreneurial culture that, it exists in Philadelphia, it exists someplace, like exists in here, but when you hire people, sometimes that's not in here. That's the reality. Sometimes people that you hire, they don't have that passion that you do, right? So these people in Costa Rica and these people in Latin America, they just have that culture, inside of them, ingrained inside of them. So any other questions? Liam, do you have any other questions?
John's got one.
John, our sponsor. Dwayne Morse.
Okay, thanks. This is not a tech question.
Oh, thank you.
This is actually a branding question.
Oh, give it.
So I just wanted to know, from my experience, actually, branding is important in terms of messaging and things like that. So how did you come up with the name Boss.Tech? Why did you go with that name versus anything else that you might have been kicking around?
I was just super excited to pay my attorneys for fighting with Hugo Boss. Oh, no, I wasn't, but I did. Great question from the lawyer. So did anybody catch the acronym? Business Operating System SuperApp? No, sorry, I didn't mean to put you on the spot. I'm just saying, STRATIS was the strategic implementation and support of IoT, STRATIS. I might be a junkie for alliteration, acronyms, wordplay in general. I'll play Wordle with you if you want to connect on the Boss.Tech app. So yeah, branding is hugely important. Totally agree. And it looks pretty good. And Hugo said it was okay. Not really.
I love that. What was that again? The business, what was that?
Business Operating System SuperApp.
I love it.
So OS, most people in tech know OS. It's business. It's not, you can use it for fun. Dang, I wish I had it when I was momming the littles. Now they're big and they don't need me. And then SuperApp, because you can build your app inside of our app. We'll take care of the tech. You use it, license it, sell it, enjoy it, whatever you want to build. So.
Hi, Felicity. Dave Giorgio here. It's nice to be in a room with 50 or so people, and every single one of you is smarter than I am.
Dave,
It's incredible.
listen, don't let him fool you. He is brilliant.
I'm a entrepreneur and business builder for over 25 years, and not nearly as tech-oriented as I'm sure all of you here. My question is, can someone use Boss.Tech? Let's just throw a theoretical out there.
I'm here.
By the way, I've had one of these greyhounds, and so
Ooh.
I'm a little
12.5%, friends.
I'm a little tipsy here.
You're
yeah.
good. You're good. Eat more tacos. It's fine.
You're right. Drink some water. Could someone, let's just say theoretically, have a company that services book publishers who wish to have their audiobooks quality control checked, edited? And can Boss.Tech be used to provide AI-based quality control editing for audiobooks? Or at least, or let me just re-clarify, or at least be the backbone of such a company that is geared towards publishers and also individual self-published authors, for example.
Yeah, I think you just made a mini app sitting right here in the room.
Exactly.
I think we got a potential customer in the audience here.
lob? I'm up
Potential
for it.
Boss.Tech customer in the audience.
Yes,
What do
absolutely.
so I think she'd have to know more about the use case, but Felicity, what do you think?
But that's the entirety of the point. No matter what your job is, what vertical you're in, you're going to be using some type of specialized software that I've never heard of. Publishing, I don't know any of the software in that industry. But if you want to have integrations done for you, I have the team to deliver to you. I can connect you with the people who can do those integrations and run your business easier. You can wait for me to do it. That might be a hot minute. Or, coming very soon, you'll be able to vibe code it yourself. So this sounds really complex. Has anybody vibe coded anything yet? Yep. Okay, so we got some. Okay, so let me tell you what I asked Ryan for. By the way, this is just every morning with coffee. I'm like, and then I want to do this, and then I want to do this, and it's like magical. Sorry, Ryan. So I said, listen, Boss.Tech isn't moving fast enough for me. We've been building this for like 100 years. Not literally, but you know, I'm the CEO, I'm supposed to be impatient. And so I said, this is what I want to do. I want to go and into the Boss.Tech app and say, I just want to say this. I want to integrate HubSpot. And then I want my bot to go find the API that I need to integrate into Boss.Tech, pull that API, understand the API, pull our documentation that our brilliant engineers in Costa Rica put together, combine the two, and then do the integration for me. And he's like, okay, that long. I'm not kidding. I'm totally not kidding. And I was like, can I do that? And he's like, just, could you give me like 30 days on this one? And I'm like, I guess. And he's like, I got to get the documentation together. But that's what I'm talking about. So think about right now, 2 apps that if they work together for you, your life would actually be easier in any way. That's what we're talking about. 2 apps, like if your QuickBooks could text your invoices to people whose inboxes look like mine, completely dead. Please don't ask me for money in my email. Just text me. I will Apple Pay you. I don't care. So if you have one of those moments where texting a link to pay an invoice would be valuable to you, that's what we're here for. If you have 2 softwares that only the hot dog making industry use, and you want to go vibe code those 2 to work together, that's what Boss.Tech is for. Any pain that you feel, we're here to heal. Oh, can somebody write that down?
Any pain
That
you
you
feel,
feel.
we are here to heal.
Aw, it's like business world peace.
Did I say that?
Okay, a little hyperbole, don't hate me. But that's what we built. That's why it took a little bit of time. That's why we had to start from scratch, y'all. Brutal.
I mean, I also know that if I write a book, I want that guy narrating my book.
Oh my
too.
God, that's what he does. I mean, he also does that. Right?
That makes sense.
Say something else, Dave. No,
So
don't.
tell
It's my
me,
turn.
tell me, Felicity, the process, you know, because again, you're a partner that could help us, right? So you're like, work with a partner, you guys are a partner. So say somebody in the audience wants a use case, like say use case, how does he onboard? Like how does that work with your team? Explain that,
Yeah.
like the first 30 days, like what does that look like?
So we did everything PLG, which is product-led growth, meaning you should be able to onboard and get through anything you want to do yourself on your own without talking to me, but it's new. So I left the request a demo button up. Also, I'm super excited to hear about how people are thinking about using Boss.Tech, because like I said, 100 discovery calls in the last, I don't know, less than a year, 100 different priority pains. That's crazy to me. Like 100 different businesses have 100 different priorities. I knew we'd all have growth, time, and money management. I didn't understand that the pains are so unique to each individual as a priority. We all have some, like, we all hate QuickBooks. I'm sorry, I'm just kidding, we don't. We all struggle with something, but people's priorities, every single business is different. So I'm super excited to hear, you do the request a demo, I will jump on the phone with you. If you try to sell me, I'll sell you double. So that's fine. But this is really an opportunity for me to learn what's missing, how you feel about it, what you would like to see different. So I'm game. I'm your Huckleberry.
So does anybody else have any other questions? And it could be any question. It doesn't necessarily have to be about
Wait a minute,
Boss.Tech.
I didn't agree to that.
Okay, sorry, Felicity.
No, I can. I'm an open book.
Like maybe you have a startup or maybe you have an idea and you're thinking, how do I even start? Right? There's people that ask those questions too. But here you go, Mohammed.
Thank you, Michael. Hi, Felicity. My name is Mohammed, and I'm a student from Drexel University.
Woohoo, welcome.
Thank you.
Come to a show. You're just up the street.
Of course, yeah. So, first of all, I would like to say, great idea, great presentation.
Thank you.
And what I wanted to ask was, is Boss.Tech more inclined towards building a closed platform, or is it more open towards early stage founders like student founders?
No, I would freaking love to build with you. Literally, come in here, grab a desk, let's code some stuff up. We're gonna do a hackathon for Philly Tech Week. Oh, we're doing a hackathon for Philly Tech Week. But get in early. Teach us what we need to do better for those who want to develop and build on Boss.Tech, and I will spend hours and hours with you.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Felicity.
Look, new friends, I told you.
That's a lesson for everyone in shooting your shot right there.
Oh, yeah.
Was pretty
I'm
cool.
I'm hearing more things about, it's a developer first. There's a developer first component to this, right?
huge.
So let's set that up. Mohammed, so reach out to us or whatever and we'll help you set that up.
Yeah, no, we connected on Boss.Tech, so we're good. I'm just kidding. I mean, I'm not kidding about the connection. I'm just saying Michael's in there too.
Hi, Felicity. My
Well,
name is
he can help.
Rugvid, and I'm co-founder at a VC firm and also founding COO at Strat AI Solutions. So we do AI for the back end of real estate. I'm also a student at Penn State Abington, which is nearby this area. And I had a question about AI sales. So many young people like myself are starting these B2B, B2C startups, and they're launching at a fast pace, whether they're pre-revenue or post-revenue. So what would you say is one thing you guys did for Boss.Tech that differentiated you guys from your competition when it came to AI sales specifically?
Yeah, so PLG was a big piece of what we're doing, and that might seem obvious in this day and age, product-led growth. But I still believe founder-led sales for a startup with a founder who loves sales, like I frickin' love sales. I mean, can you imagine me sitting on my hands for the last 3 years not selling? Sorry, Ryan. So that's hard for me. Founder-led sales can be a tremendous differentiator, especially with a superpower like strategic partnerships. So right now I'm talking to partners who can enable us to sell 7,000 units at a time. So 7,000 businesses at a time, 3,000 businesses at a time. If you think franchisors, so a franchisor has a model. Did they standardize on any technology in that model? Mostly no. They may want to sell that to private equity. Do they need to optimize their operations in order to be attractive to private equity? Yes. If I solve the problem for one sandwich shop, do I solve it for 15,000 sandwich shops? Yeah. So that's part of my strategy. Where can I fix one problem and impact 15,000 businesses simultaneously? That could be a vertical. That could be hair salons. It could be restaurants. It could be venues. But that's a huge, if you can understand sales strategy and then execute on it, develop and execute. And ChatGPT isn't going to do that for you. I love her. She's my friend. But that's not, like, you can't just say, give me some sales strategy. You really have to think still. That's a great differentiator. Just still thinking. Sorry, I had some GPT experiences lately. But yeah, really being strategic about your wedge, how you go to market.
So let's do one last question. Anybody, last question?
Because the
Anybody have it?
tacos are getting cold.
So I want to go eat the tacos?
Taco time.
So everybody, let's give a huge round of applause.
Thank you.
Again, everybody should connect with Felicity and try to help her, right? She wants early stage customers to come in. And everybody's gone over. We're going to continue to have the tacos and hang out. So thanks a lot for coming, and just come on over, let's have some food.
Hey, good to see you. Good to see you. Thanks very much.